Antigua and Barbuda, as both of these sides play their final match at this competition and look to leave it on a high. I'm Donnie Barnes. Welcome back to this beautiful venue here in this beautiful nation. 81 degrees are match time conditions. The winds are still blustery. It's been a very gusty day here in Antigua with some humidity, not a lot. Mostly sunny conditions. You see the sun dipping in and out behind some clouds as we look at the Group A standings. Earlier this morning, a dramatic upset victory for Guyana over Haiti as Guyana topped the group with a 1-0 victory and advanced to that final 8, the Concacaf U20 Women's Championship later in May this year. Now, these two sides here, Belize and Antigua and Barbuda, are out of contention, of course, to advance to that final round, but still a great opportunity for both. Belize earned a point in their first match in group play against Guyana when they held them to a 0-0 draw, which is an even more impressive result now, seeing as Guyana have won the group. So the 0-0 for Belize in their first one. Then they fell 4-0 to Haiti in their last match. For Antigua and Barbuda, they had a strong showing against Haiti in their opener as well, playing in front of their home fans and supporters here in Antigua. They took the lead against Haiti, which was very much an underdog story. Haiti equalized shortly thereafter and then scored 2 more to run out 3-1 winners, but it was still a very strong showing from Antigua and Barbuda. But then a 5-0 defeat, a heavy defeat to Guyana in their last match. And so, as you saw in our Group A standings a moment ago, it is Belize in third with 1 point, Antigua and Barbuda with no points coming into this final group match. But certainly Antigua and Barbuda will be highly motivated to win this final game in front of their home fans and create a memorable moment. We've talked about this throughout these qualifying tournaments over the last month, both with the men's U17 sides and now on the women's U20 side. It is so important for these nations as they develop their programs to have these signature moments to build from, to create that excitement, to create that proof of concept. And so it's a great opportunity for both of these nations to create one of those moments here today. Waiting for the sides to take to the pitch momentarily, as we have other great action from around this tournament coming up in just a little while. There are still 4 other games that will kick off later this afternoon, as you see the sides lined up and ready to take to the pitch momentarily. But at 3 o'clock Eastern time, it will be Cuba and Bonaire, and then Bermuda and Dominica. And then tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern time, the Dominican Republic against Panama and Canada against Trinidad and Tobago. Those last 2 games will determine the final 2 group winners and the last 2 tickets to that CONCACAF U20 Women's Championship in May. There have already been 4 teams who have won their group and punched that qualification ticket in this tournament, and still 2 more to join them. You see Antigua and Barbuda, they will be wearing their yellow kits today. Belize will be wearing their blue kits. There's a look at Belize kits. Always a sharp look as well. The blue with the red trim and the white.
Welcome to the female play in this our Concacaf Women's Under-20 qualifier. Match number 34. Antigua Barbuda and Belize.
So here they come, Antigua and Barbuda and Belize. Final match here in Group A on the island of Antigua. Another wonderful moment for these women as they line up. We'll hear the national anthems of these 2 nations. We'll show you our starting 11s and our kickoff all coming up momentarily. Belize, Antigua, and Barbuda. It is next.
Please rise for the national anthem of Belize. And now the national anthem of Antigua and Barbuda.
Two stirring anthems, and another fine moment for these two nations. Antigua and Barbuda, of course, playing on home soil for the final time in this tournament. It's a great opportunity for them. Belize, who have shown so well at all levels, both on the men's and women's sides over these past couple of years, showed so much growth, really been able to compete with nations that maybe a decade or two ago they would have struggled to compete with. It's been a lot of encouraging progress for them, and they hope to continue that here today. And here's their starting 11 as set out by head coach Wayne Casimiro. Angelica Lopez is in goal for them. Foreman Mar, Bernardez, and Ramirez across the back line. Perez, Apollonio, and Akai in the middle. Calvio, Velasquez, and Reyes are the three up front.
Antigua Barbuda. Starting the goalkeeper number 1.
Captains will make their way to midfield. See Antigua and Barbuda's captain, Jana Martin, has done so, and now Lydia Velasquez will do the same. Our match officials for this one, all in black. This Group A closer, Vimares Diaz, along with Angelica Santiago and Jacet Kerr Wilson, who are the assistants. Glenda Lopez, the fourth official from Guatemala. Belize have won the toss. Pre-match photo, pre-match huddles. Here's the starting 11 for Antigua and Barbuda. They have Amaya Hodge in goal, Melvin, Henry, Hughes, Allen, and Brown on a 5-person back line, Williams, Martin, and Roberts in the midfield, Donalds and D'Souza up front, as laid out by head coach Karen Warner. There's goalkeeper Angelica Lopez for Belize, wearing the red keeper's kits. And Amaya Hodge in the orange for Antigua and Barbuda. It will be Belize to kick things off, as the top of the hour has arrived. And Vimares Diaz blows the opening whistle. We are in motion one more time here in Group A. From Antigua, it is Belize and the host nation, Antigua and Barbuda, both hoping to round out their tournaments with a positive moment and 3 points to build from for the future, as Belize knock it down the pitch right away, and it could lead to an early chance, trying to lob the keeper from distance. And it's gathered in by Amaya Hodge, a shot that was bouncing wide. Again, you can hear the wind. We heard it in our pitch-side microphones throughout the first game this morning. It did significantly impact that match between Haiti and Guyana. Both teams found it very difficult to serve in accurate crosses because of the crosswind that was blowing across the field. This will be a free kick. Belize out of their own half with 60 seconds on the clock. contact there from Gabriel de Souza. Belize with the early attack. They might have an opportunity coming down this left side. Heavy challenge. It's going to be a free kick for Belize, just outside the 18-yard box. Early set-piece opportunity coming for the designated home side, but effectively the visitors in this game. Took some of the ball, but also took plenty of the player. Did Kayla Melvin. Abby Calvio, the player who earned the free kick for Belize. There is the head coach for Belize, Wayne Casemiro. He's been a veteran coach in Belize, coached at a lot of different levels. Free kick taken with the right, and on target, it's a good save. Amaya Hodge able to grab it. Well taken free kick as well. Good execution on both ends, and it stays 0-0 very early on in this one. Belize asking the early questions. Skillful touch in the middle of the park, trying to play a through ball through that back line. Now Antigua and Barbuda, their first chance to get out and run on the counter, and they have some speed down this right side. It is Gabriel de Souza looking to serve one into the box. Took an awkward bounce. Falls here. Might be an opportunity, and de Souza slices one onto the roof of the net and out. Encouraging moment, though, for Antigua and Barbuda. Their supporters respond. Turned over by Belize. That's a good ball on the left, edge of the 18-yard box. Blue shirts crowding around it, though. Cleaned up by Ajana Martin. Captain trying to press through the middle and then slides in and takes out the defender. Free kick for Belize to relieve that pressure on them. And Belize holding Guyana to a 0-0 draw in their first game. Guyana going on to win their last two to win the group. Surprising so many people. Haiti were widely expected to win Group A, but that's not how it turned out this morning. Guyana with that stirring 1-0 victory. Now Belize in the attack toward the right side of the box, and they have a shot as well. It's wide to the right. Goal kick coming for Antigua and Barbuda. Lydia Velasquez, Belize's captain, taking that shot. Yeah, so 0-0 between Belize and Guyana. And then Haiti were able to overwhelm them 4-0. It was 2-0 at halftime. Belize were able to hang with them for most of the first half, but Haiti with a couple goals either side of the break, pulled away in that one. Some space on this right side for Abigail Donalds this time for Antigua and Barbuda, and she puts it across the face of goal. Knocked down by the goalkeeper, Angelica Lopez. And for Antigua and Barbuda, also impressive against Haiti, taking the lead in the 9th minute of that game against the group favorites. Teresia Allen scored for them. Haiti then equalized in the 17th minute, took the lead in the 31st. Only found one more goal the rest of the game, though. That was in the second half. It was just a 3-1 scoreline. Here come Belize now, looking to create something by the end line, but that's good defending and a goal kick. That ball is out of play, and Belize will have a throw 6 minutes in. Skipping around one challenge, feeding it into the middle where it reaches its target. Be a chance to have a shot. Instead, it's fed further through to the end line. Awkward angle and into the goalkeeper's arms, but the flag was up anyway for offside. Well, it came to Betsy Perez on the edge of the box, and he thought maybe she would have a shot. Certainly had room to initially, but chose to take a couple extra touches and then tried to slide in her teammate, Josephine Reyes. Didn't quite work out for Belize. Rest Diaz in charge of this match. He's the center referee. This goes back to the keeper. Not a lot on that back pass. It put Angelica Lopez under some pressure, but then she was fouled. Ooh. Came down right on top of her foot. Studs directly to the top of that boot. Never feels good. Look at Wayne Casemiro, who's concerned for his goalkeeper's health. Casemiro joined the Belize Football Federation, or I should say the Football Federation of Belize, back in 2021. He's from Hopkins Village in the Stan Creek district in Belize. Started off his coaching career in primary school there. Continued through to the amateur league. Started his coaching days back in 1992. He's been a teacher in the primary school system there for many years as well. Organized planning of sporting events in his district. Eventually earned some of his licenses from Concacaf, and he's been working his way up over the years. So long service to the sport of football and to young people around Belize. And now they come forward after the restart on this right side from an acute angle. It's touched up in the air and then grabbed right before it crossed the goal line. Good save from Amaya Hodge. Best chance so far for Belize. Lydia Velasquez, a threat for them on the right side of that attacking line. It's a good through ball played by Velasquez, and it was Josephine Reyes letting it go. Thought maybe that might sneak over the goalkeeper's head and into the back of the net. Now it's Antigua and Barbuda the other way. Not quite able to possess it on the edge of the box. But an entertaining opening 10 minutes. Both teams going for it here. Nothing to lose. They want to create action. They want to create goals. Certainly the kind of game that feels like there will be goals in it. And with 10 minutes on the clock, no goals just yet. Play goes on there. Antigua and Barbuda with a chance to advance it. This right side has been the source of most of their attacks in the early going. Now they enter the box with Ajana Martin, and Martin trying to get one away. Flexed off the side netting. Had to wait for it to arrive. Ajana Martin, then forced out wide. Decent defending. Forced the angle to be a more extreme one by the time she took the shot. Belize able to possess in traffic, trying to play it over the top. That wind coming into play. They have held that ball up. Back pass was an awkward one. Now Belize can move forward again. Played forward by Tori Ramirez. That's another cultured ball from Kalidia Velasquez, but it's touched away across the end line. It'll be a corner for Belize. I hear that wind whipping around even more. Strong this morning. It's gotten even stronger this afternoon. So again, very difficult to loft a ball up in this air and get it to land anywhere close to where you would like it to. Generally lends itself to those low, hard deliveries. Tough to beat the first defender from those, though. It is curled out eventually in the direction of the penalty spot and headed back out for, it is a goal kick. Last off a Belize head, apparently. Fifth time Belize have appeared in these Concacaf U20 qualifiers. They have not made a trip to the final round of qualification yet, and unfortunately it won't happen for them this year either. But again, it's been a sign of their progress that they've been in these qualifiers over the last decade. Antigua and Barbuda, 9th time in these U20 qualifiers. Also have yet to qualify for that final round, but continuing to build and grow the game. There's our first look at Karen Warner, who is the head coach for Antigua and Barbuda. Played for the national team for many years. Maybe a chance for Antigua and Barbuda here. Not quite able to turn the corner with the ball. Now threaded through. Could be a chance here for Belize. Into the box they come, but attempt off target. Wide right again. Kalidia Velasquez, I think, was trying to lob the keeper. Maybe trying to lob it toward that left corner, but came off the other side of her foot. Oh, had a chance there to release a player down the right side. Now it does reach Abigail Donalds. Not a lot forward in yellow. And this is a free kick now for Belize with 15 minutes played. Mentioned Karen Warner, the head coach of this Antigua U20 side. She spoke to the Antiguan Trumpet before this tournament started last week. So it's certainly been a challenging road getting the team ready, but was really happy to be here and encouraged Antiguans to come out and support the side, of course. Former striker for the women's national team, the senior national team, Karen Warner. And this will be a free kick for her side as well. Inside that attacking half, chance possibly to serve one into the box. A little bit of a clip of the heels, inadvertent, but definitely a foul. Most of these girls, though, for Antigua and Barbuda playing for their local schools. So Antigua and Barbuda's training sessions having to take place after classes in most cases. Karen Werner spoke about the logistical puzzle that it often was to put together those training sessions where the girls could all participate and be together. She thanked the girls for working through those challenges, and also to the parents who took time to pick them up from classes and make sure they got to training at a certain time. This is taken from the free kick on goal. Decent effort. Had something behind it. It was an awkward bounce in front of Angelica Lopez. So it is a shot on target. Belize have created the better chances so far, but Antigua and Barbuda always dangerous in transition. Lydia Velasquez on the ball a lot for Belize, trying to play that one into the area, but don't really have any blue shirts. Crashing toward that 6-yard box. Now a loose ball, maybe a chance to run onto this. And indeed, Ajana Martin gets there first. Bring a teammate into the play, and she does. Space to deliver across, maybe. Only one to aim for, but it's a good ball in, and it's straight at the goalkeeper from the header. Gabrielle D'Souza with a good chance. Excellent delivery as well, especially in these windy conditions that we've spoken about so much today. So difficult to get a cross on target like that. Watch how well Teresia Allen drops that in the bucket. Perfectly weighted for Gabrielle D'Souza, who couldn't quite steer it either side of Angelica Lopez. Best moment so far for Antigua and Barbuda. A moment of real quality, but we remain goalless. The second ball from this Belize free kick. Trying to weave their way through at the top of the area. Josephine Reyes back to goal, gets one away. It's a really good save. Amaya Hodge stretching out with her right hand to keep it out at her near post. On a shot that looked like it was going to creep inside that post otherwise. Home fans appreciate that. Josephine Reyes did very well. Let's see it here. Gets this at the top of the 18. Watch how well she gets herself, well, it's laid off actually, to Abby Calvio. Difficult to tell there whether it might have hit the foot of the post, might have crept just wide, but certainly very close. And Amaya Hodge needed to make that save and did. Now a chance maybe for Antigua and Barbuda, but snuffed out right as they look to run through. Must be a foul now for Antigua and Barbuda. A free kick, that is. Over 20 minutes played. No goals yet. Both sides with some decent opportunities. And this foul, after a little bit too much wrestling and shoving against Kalani Foreman. Free kick chested down, edge of the area. A couple of very good touches. Now the foul given the other way. And this is the second of 6 matches here today in this final day of U20 qualifying. For this round, at least, as we look at the foul again. 4 more games coming up, starting at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Antigua and Barbuda trying to move that one forward diagonally. It's good strength to win that ball. It's moved forward by Abigail Donalds into the run of Ajana Martin. Martin into the box, left-footed, and into the net. They score. Their second goal of the tournament, their first today on home soil. Antigua and Barbuda on the board against Belize. And it's their captain, Adjana Martin, who snuck it inside that far post. First, it was won back by Abigail Donalds, and then Martin, look at how much she has to do when this ball arrives to her just inside the end line. First, fakes to cut it into the box, then in on her left foot, and I think the swing and miss by the defender fooled the goalkeeper. It was Joshua Bernardes who was trying to clear that and missed, and Angelica Lopez was expecting her to do it and then wasn't able to get anything on it.
Number 9, Adjana Martin is Antigua Barbuda 1, Belize 0.
Now a player down almost directly from kickoff for Antigua and Barbuda. They have the lead midway through this opening half. Gabrielle De Souza, the player down. So they opened the scoring against Haiti. Now they've opened the scoring against Belize. Karen Warner will be pleased by that, of course, the former striker. Especially when you're a former striker, you always like to see your forwards having a shot on goal to see what might happen, and that was exactly what benefited Antigua and Barbuda a moment ago. And now they're back on the run again, 3 against 3, weaving into the box. Chance for number 2, and it is! What a sequence for Antigua and Barbuda. They're running away with this first half all of a sudden. Eresia Allen with her second of the tournament, and they're dancing on home soil. Watch this run right around that defender. That sent her in, and then the finish with the outside of the right foot. Outrageous into the far corner. Fantastic. Eresia Allen putting on a show there. Having herself quite a tournament now. And all smiles for Antigua and Barbuda at the moment.
It's 2-0 in favor of Antigua Barbuda.
Well, after Belize looked much closer to scoring for most of the opening quarter of an hour, it is Antigua and Barbuda who have hit them twice in just a few minutes. Wow, 25 minutes played. Said early on, it felt like there were goals in this game. Still feels like there could be a few more, or more than that even. Belize have still looked very capable of scoring themselves. Certainly not out of this yet, but Wayne Casimiro and his side have to be a little bit stunned. Give away a free kick. Suddenly it's sloppy from Belize, giving balls away, conceding possession. Conceded twice already. Have to be careful it doesn't get worse. Have to be able to stabilize a bit here and try to work themselves back into the game. Still plenty of time for them to do that. Have to stop losing the ball in dangerous areas of the pitch. Again, there's so much space on these flanks for Antigua and Barbuda. That's Abigail Donald's crossing, and that's put out. It'll be a corner. All the momentum with the ladies in yellow. Floated into the back post, deflected, did it cross the line? Waiting for the signal, and it appears it's another goal for Antigua and Barbuda. It's 3-0. It did look like the ball entirely crossed the line. We had to wait for the signal. Let's see here. Goalkeeper not able to get to it. Yeah, sure looks like it was all the way over the line. Can't see definitively, but hard to see how it wouldn't have been completely across the line. Angelica Lopez desperately trying to keep it out, but it is a third goal for Antigua and Barbuda. And it is Abisha Henry who's credited with it. So what a sequence for Antigua and Barbuda. This game was 0-0 just a handful of minutes ago, and Belize had the better of the early game. A couple chances. Remember that good save by Amaya Hodge, keeping it out at her near post when it was still 0-0. Old saying that goals change games. Certainly true in this one. That first goal changed everything, and Belize yet to recover so far. Still an hour plus left in this game. Antigua and Barbuda with an avalanche in these last 10 minutes. They could be in again. Along the end line, the cross. And then put back into the middle. Just not able to get out, Belize. Abigail Donald's crossing in, and that time gathered by Angelica Lopez. Antigua and Barbuda, as we approach a half an hour played now, as this first half has worn on, they've figured out how to use both their speed and their size. They do have a size advantage in many areas of the pitch. That last goal has been changed, by the way. You can see it's now being given as an own goal to Belize's Rian Akal. Belize trying to grab something back. If they could get that next goal soon, that would open up the game again. Right now, it's Antigua and Barbuda searching for a fourth. Above the 18, chance to shoot, it's deflected. And it will be out for another Antigua and Barbuda corner. Abigail Donalds has had to sit down. prime chance now for Antigua and Barbuda, as we've reached the first half cooling break anyhow. What a great chance for them to earn a big victory here. Martin in the 22nd, Allen in the 24th, then the own goal in the 28th. 3 goals in 6 minutes for Antigua and Barbuda. I think this was the injury to Abigail Donalds. Looked like that ankle may have flexed awkwardly as she went into that challenge. This is a throw. Ball did go out. No, it is a corner. Looked as though Gabrielle D'Souza was ready to take a long throw in. Instead, it will be a corner. Play it in low. Back out it goes. D'Souza. One touch toward the end line. Drives it back post and drove it a bit too far this time. Wind is blowing in that direction too. Well, Belize, who are connecting passes forward pretty well in the first 15 minutes, creating some decent openings. They've completely lost the midfield over the last 15. Need to start connecting some simple passes again. Try to find some rhythm once more. See if they can build their way back into this. Still have the feeling if they could score the next goal, things might open up again for them. Right now, it's Antigua and Barbuda totally in control. A little bit of space here for Belize. Antigua and Barbuda got themselves up the pitch a bit. Can they make something of this? Took a deflection off the defender, and that spun it favorably for Antigua and Barbuda, and they cleared away. Wayne Casemiro not waiting around. He's making changes right now. Off comes goalkeeper Angelica Lopez. And the substitute goalkeeper is Anaya Kokom. Kalani Foreman has also been replaced by Kenya Perez. So a double change by Wayne Casemiro, trying to change the direction and momentum of this game. Ten minutes until halftime. Belize fighting for it on the edge of the area. Now in the 6-yard box. Might be a chance. Is a chance. And it's a goal. And they do find that next one, Belize. They are on the board in the 36th minute. And they are back in this. Antigua and Barbuda 3, Belize 1. Little looping ball, and it was Claudia Velasquez, who's been their most dangerous player in this first half. Able to lob it over the keeper from close range. It's a good finish. Had a lot to do there to get it up over the keeper, which is tough to do from such a tight range. And that, exactly the spark Belize needed. Comes right after that double change by Wayne Casemiro. Belize will have another attacking throw as they immediately search for another. Oh, the top of the area. An overhead kick attempt by Lydia Velasquez, who's feeling it after scoring a moment ago. Didn't quite catch it cleanly, but still quite an attempt. Up and down we go. Crazy game. Totally entertaining if you're a neutral. Exactly what you want to see in a final group game. Even though both these teams have been eliminated from contention to advance to the next round. Now lots of space on the counter for Antigua and Barbuda. This is where Belize have had so much trouble holding them off. This is heading out for what would be a corner. Instead, it squibs toward that touchline and stays in play. The wind helping keep it in play, I think. Antigua and Barbuda continuing the attack. Gabriel de Souza turning one way and another and having a shot and scoring! What a strike from Gabriel de Souza! And it's a fourth for Antigua and Barbuda. Well, it comes to her here. It's a missed touch initially. Watch her improvise, though. Creating some space on her left, having a hit, and just onto the pitch. Anaya Kakom couldn't keep it out. Got up as high as she could, but couldn't tip it over the bar. And the goals just keep on raining in the first half here in Antigua. Belize go in search of another, and that's on frame, but Maya Hodge is there for Antigua and Barbuda. Both these sides had struggled to score in their first two matches. Just one goal for Antigua and Barbuda. Belize had not scored in their first two. 5 goals in this first half. 4 of them, of course. The team playing on their home turf. They have a corner here as well. Could they make it 5 before halftime? Touched back into the box. Heavy touch that time. Everything breaking for Antigua and Barbuda, though. And that one lofted wide and out. So much space in this Belize backline, and Antigua and Barbuda onto this again. It could be number 5. It's straight at the goalkeeper. Decent save from Anaya Kakom. Denying Abigail Donalds, who's done everything but score in this first half for Antigua and Barbuda. So many of their attacks have started or involved her at some stage. She's been very difficult for Belize to deal with. Into the final 5 of this first half. Been a remarkable first half, especially for the ladies in yellow. Belize want one back. There's an opportunity maybe to slip somebody through. Play back to the goalkeeper. Calmly handled by Amaya Hodge. She's done well in this first half. Made a few good saves. Nothing she could do about the goal that Belize scored. That's a good ball through. Trying to touch one back to a teammate, and the foul goes against Belize. Lydia Velasquez is the one holding her shin, but she was the one called for the foul. Let's see what happened. Oh, yeah, you can see why the foul was given against Velasquez. She's the one who kicks. Accidentally, of course, but did kick Abisha Henry as Henry tried to clear the ball. Velasquez not trying to kick the player, trying to kick the ball, but accidentally hurt herself in the process. Now, Amaya Hodge, been a key figure in this first half. She had some good moments early in the game that kept Belize at bay. When Belize looked like the likelier team to score first in those early minutes. And scoring that first goal always sets a tone for the rest of the game. Could have been a very different feel to this half if Belize had been able to do that. Instead, Wayne Casimiro's players have been up against it since Antigua and Barbuda scored 3 times in 6 minutes from the 22nd through the 28th. Give themselves a firm grip on this game. Lydia Velasquez replied to make it 3-1, but then De Souza answered shortly after with a 4th. Antigua and Barbuda not done yet. A good moment of skill, neat touch after the dummy, and a free kick for Antigua and Barbuda. Gabrielle De Souza, more trickery there. Watch her dummy this with her front foot, let it run, take the contact. That's very good. Looks like she'll take the free kick also. Well, she scored from not a lot closer than this for Antigua and Barbuda's 4th goal. De Souza, Martin, and Allen on the score sheet for them. The other goal was an own goal against Rihanna Akal of Belize. There was a yellow card shown to Joshua Bernardes as well. First yellow card of the match as Anaya Kakom lines up her wall. No mystery as to who's going to take this for Antigua and Barbuda. It is all Gabrielle De Souza, and well over the bar. So a spectacular goal a little while ago. Didn't happen that time for De Souza. We approach 45 minutes on the clock. This is played long. There might be a chance to run onto this for Velasquez. Won't quite reach it, though, as it curled away from her. Into 3 additional minutes of stoppage time at the end of this opening half.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the 4th official has indicated that it's 3 minutes of added time before the half.
Antigua and Barbuda still eager to score another before halftime. Belize have been able to tighten up a bit defensively over the last 10 minutes or so. Quite a bit of damage already done. This is over the top, though. Could be a chance for them to grab another back before half, and they do indeed. It's 4-2 in first half stoppage time. And that's exactly what Belize needed before the break. Betsy Perez may have picked up a bit of an injury, but she also picks up a goal. And Belize have some life again. It's a good strike, too. Watch it reach her. She has to wait for it to bounce. Takes it really well in stride. And that's one that Amaya Hodge, after making a few very good saves in this first half, might like back. Just slips through her fingers as she tried to extend to her left. But it's still a very good effort from Betsy Perez to get that on target on the half volley. Excellent placement. And she gets the bit of fortune that you need. And so 6 goals in the first half, and it's not quite over yet either. Still another 90 seconds to play at least. Now Belize have to make sure they don't concede again before halftime. Antigua and Barbuda looking potentially lethal every time they advance the ball, especially on that right flank. It's been such a huge problem for Belize throughout this half. Something that they're going to have to try to address at halftime, you'd think. I'm sure Wayne Casemiro has been trying to address it from the touchline throughout this first half, but it just hasn't worked. Antigua and Barbuda, too much speed on those flanks thus far. Out comes the goalkeeper here. It's a good read by Concacaf to scoop it up. That's well done by Perez to press through that initial challenge and win the ball. She couldn't progress it forward, though. Now Belize have to defend right at the end of this first half. Now space opening up. Final seconds of the half. One more attack for Belize. Over the top in a foot race. Goalkeeper out, and she gets there. Amaya Hodge needed to, and that is the end of a fairly incredible first half. Neither of these sides will be going through to the final round in May. Both of these sides are determined to go out with a bang. And it was an incredible, amazing, wildly entertaining opening 45 minutes here in Antigua. Antigua and Barbuda scoring 3 in a 6-minute span. And then 2 goals from Belize, either side of a spectacular Gabriel de Souza effort. It was a 3-goal deficit for Belize. Now it's just 2. And still, anything could happen in our second half after a bananas opening half. It is, rather remarkably, through 45 minutes in Antigua. Antigua and Barbuda 4, Belize 2.
Please contact your nearest stadium representative. Scotiabank, proud sponsor of the Concacaf Women's Under-20 Qualifiers. At Scotiabank, we are proud to dedicate the content to growth of football in the region and working to level the playing field for thousands of girls in the Americas. This is proud sponsor of the Concacaf Women's
We're ready for fight. Nice. Let's go for it.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, getting set for the decision of match number 44 in this Concacaf Women's Under-20 qualifier. Antigua Barbuda against Belize. Halftime scores: Belize 2, Antigua Barbuda 4.
Almost ready for the second half here in Antigua. It is Antigua and Barbuda with a 4-2 lead over Belize. As Belize make a halftime change, they bring on Shanley Smith, replacing Betsy Perez, who scored right before half, but did appear to possibly hurt herself in the process. Also, Primally Hope comes on for Tori Ramirez. So that's 4 subs used already by Belize. As we start the second half, they'll have just 1 more remaining for the rest of this game, but it's been quite a game already. Still feels like there could be a lot more goals left. Belize and Antigua and Barbuda both eliminated from contention. Guyana already won the group earlier today in sensational fashion, upsetting Haiti by a 0-0. That was an incredible game because of the drama. This has been incredible just for the entertainment. And we're back underway in the second half. Antigua and Barbuda wearing the yellow, and they're attacking from right to left toward where their home fans are sitting. And Belize then in the blue from left to right. Early touch for Shanley Smith, sending a teammate away. I wonder if Wayne Casemiro, Belize's head coach, seeing how his side struggled to deal with Antigua and Barbuda's size and physicality at times in the first half, and use one of the players that really offers that off his bench at the start of half number 2. Already showed some promise in those early moments. He's able to win it high up the pitch, and they'll have a strike from distance, but that stays in play. Again, the wind continues to impact the ball in many different ways today. Saw it this morning, seeing it again this afternoon. Not just affecting balls in the air, but it's keeping balls in play even along the ground sometimes. Meanwhile, here goes Abigail Donalds, who was such a handful for Belize in the first half. Flag is up here for offside. Beautiful day here in Antigua, the sun re-emerging. Just the wind to contend with. It has been a wide open game. Another game, or two other games, getting underway just now. Over the last few minutes, Cuba and Bonaire, Bermuda and Dominica in the 3 o'clock window. And then those two group deciders to come later tonight. There's already been a goal for Bermuda as the flag has gone up for offsides here again. Bermuda with an early lead over Dominica. And later tonight, Dominican Republic and Panama, and Canada against Trinidad and Tobago. Both of those at 6 p.m. Eastern. Those will decide groups C and E, respectively. Panama only needing a draw against the Dominican Republic. Canada needing just a draw against Trinidad and Tobago. Canada with a plus 31 goal differential through their first two games. Trinidad and Tobago not too shabby themselves at plus 10, but paling in comparison as this is a goal kick for Belize. Teams that have already clinched qualification for those Concacaf U20 championships in May. Costa Rica with a 3-0 win over Guatemala last night to sew up Group F. Nicaragua, a late equalizer to win the group against Jamaica. That was in Group D. As Belize trying to get back within a goal. Who did that deflect off of last? It will be a corner for Belize. Swung out with the right foot. Headed solidly away. He's trying to play one over the top. Chance to go back to their goalkeeper for Antigua and Barbuda. They don't. And it's the right decision, as it turns out. Good battle for that ball along the far touchline. Taken back by Belize over 5 minutes into this second half. Race for this ball, and Lydia Velasquez is going to get to it. It's been forced well wide, and then they lose it. And they give away the free kick also. Other group winners include Puerto Rico, who had to hold on against El Salvador late last night. Look at this foul again against Abby Calvio. And Puerto Rico went into that last match in Group B last night, only needing a draw against El Salvador. And they took a 2-0 lead before halftime. El Salvador with goals in the 73rd and 80th minutes, and suddenly it was 2-2, but they couldn't find a final winning goal. And Puerto Rico topping the group on goal differential. Antigua and Barbuda with a free kick. So far, Guyana, Puerto Rico, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica punching those tickets to the U20 championship. They'll join the United States and Mexico, who earned the bye because of their top 2 ranking. 2 more still to come later tonight. Canada, the heavy favorites against Trinidad and Tobago. And all to play for between the Dominican Republic and Panama. Belize with some space opening up here. Two players almost getting in each other's way, and then the next pass misplaced. That was an opportunity for them. Antigua and Barbuda got themselves stretched up the pitch. Still feels as though Belize have a real opportunity to get back in this game. Trailed by 3 goals a couple times. Antigua and Barbuda establishing this lead with 3 goals in a 6-minute span in the first half. Minutes 22 to 28. As there will be a Belize free kick. Belize with goals from Calidia Velasquez and Betsy Perez. It's been Allen, Martin, De Sousa, and an own goal for Antigua and Barbuda. That one almost found its way over the top. The flag was up for offside against Velasquez. All frantic, all a bit disjointed and helter-skelter, but Belize almost on the end of that. They'll have a throw instead. 10 minutes played in the second half. Good first touch. Trying to work their way into the area, but the yellow wall had been set that time, and now there's space through the middle of the park for Antigua and Barbuda. Trying to play in Martin right down the middle. Now Belize the other direction. They'll get to this ball. Forced out wide, though. Channelie Smith. And now the whistle goes for a foul against Belize. Change made by Antigua and Barbuda. Abigail Donalds, who was such a threat in the first half for them, gives way to Maya Lake. It's first change of the afternoon for Antigua and Barbuda. I mentioned Belize have already made 4. Again, Antigua and Barbuda get themselves caught a little bit, but able to make the challenge when they needed to. They're playing a pretty high line with this 2-goal lead, but again, not much to lose. They continue to look for more goals and more entertainment, and they skip themselves to the end line. It's a good move here for Antigua and Barbuda, and it almost snuck in under the goalkeeper. Just enough on it for Anaya Kakom, and then cleared out for a corner. Wonderful first touch from Ajana Martin, who scored their opening goal. And toe poked it toward the net this time. Corner now finds an unmarked player. It's still not dealt with by Belize, and it staying along the end line, put back across the face of goal, and finally Belize will be able to work it away. A little burst of energy for Antigua and Barbuda. They have to be careful they don't get themselves caught again, though. Clearance there out into touch, knocked down the assistant referee's flag, which you don't see often. So it'll be a throw for Belize by the corner. A few good saves in the first half for Amaya Hodge, especially when it was 0-0. Belize were pressing for an opening goal in the early minutes. That gave Antigua and Barbuda the platform to go on that 3-goal and 6-minute run that gave them command of the match, at least so far. Belize grabbed that next goal, and it's really game on, though. Decent ball movement here for Belize as they're trying to build up some rhythm in this second half. Engel wasn't there to deliver the cross first time. Kenya Perez into the middle now. Almost fell for Shanley Smith. She pulls one back. It'll be hit with the right foot, and it's beaten away by Amaya Hodge. It'll be a corner. Good build-up from Belize. Their best sequence of this second half. Shanley Smith did well to not commit the foul there and keep the play alive. It was a neat layoff. Pretty good hit. Not sure if it would have been inside that post or not. With 60 minutes gone, Belize still trying to pull within 1 goal. Lifted into that wind, taking a bounce and then dragged wide. Decent opportunity as it fell. Kenya Perez had the opportunity. Now player down for Antigua and Barbuda. Leg to leg as Rihanna Call went through that challenge and caught the player. Always vulnerable when your leg is extended like that. No goals yet in this second half after 6 in the opening 45 minutes. There's really 6 goals in about a 23 or 24 minute span since the scoring wasn't opened until the 22nd. Arisia Allen, who scored their 3rd goal, make it their 2nd goal. As the player who is down there, it looks like she'll be able to continue. So a drop ball, and Belize have themselves a shot from range. Wasn't too far away. If that ball had wound up in the back of the net somehow, I think Antigua and Barbuda would not have been pleased, to put it mildly. This is going to fall for them, nearly at least. It looked like it would for a moment on the edge of the penalty area. And Belize with a Ball out of the back that almost hurt them and still might, as Antigua and Barbuda able to rewind on the right side now. And the step-overs from Iricia Allen, and Allen to the end line, looks to cut it back. It took a deflection. It'll be a corner for Antigua and Barbuda. After a bit of a sleepy sequence, they are always prone to exploding back into life, the Bennett girls. Lost a little bit of steam in this second half as the legs start to tire a bit, but they now hunt that fifth goal from this corner. Out-swinging ball. They won the initial flick on and then hooked wide. Boy, Jonna Martin is so tricky to defend. That long wing and leg span, able to get to balls that many other players wouldn't. That was the case there from that bouncing ball where she was able to get something on it. Not quite able to guide it on frame, but still a decent attempt. She scored the opening goal that began this goal barrage. And there'll be a free kick here as well. Belize frustrated with that call. But an attacking set piece for Antigua and Barbuda. .25 minutes to play. Antigua and Barbuda trying to seal off a win on home soil to close out this group. Won't be enough to get them through to the championship in May, but it'll still be a great way to end this competition for them. Referee instructing players to keep their hands down and avoid the pushing and shoving in the box. Two in the wall for Belize. Toward the 6-yard box. Came all the way through to the back post. It was a good chance for Antigua and Barbuda. Nobody able to apply a finishing touch. Looked like a couple different players had the chance to, and now they still might have the opportunity, but took an awkward bounce, and then the subsequent touch was off a Belize defender last. And a corner once again for Antigua and Barbuda. Yellow card shown to Azora Roberts of Antigua and Barbuda. Not sure what happened in the penalty box. We saw that Josefine Reyes was down. Yellow card obviously given for whatever caused that. Out-swinging ball, and wow, quite a collision there in the penalty box. It is a free kick. Is it? Yeah, some tempers boiling over, even amongst teammates there. Antigua and Barbuda. What's been given here? I think a penalty may have been given to Antigua and Barbuda, but now I think that's been waved off. It looks as though center referee is waving off her initial decision and awarding the free kick to Belize. She is. So, yeah, I think she initially signaled for a penalty. It's certainly a foul at the end of the play. I think perhaps the referee initially thought there may have been a handball. Not sure. But certainly appeared to be the correct decision that was arrived at the end. This is a neat run. It's a really good run, again, from Iricia Allen. She earns a throw at the end of it. You see where this Antigua and Barbuda squad have potential, have some skill in their ranks, have the ability to create some moments in games. I told you in the first half, they took an early lead against Haiti, who were the group favorites coming in. Now looking for their 5th goal today and chopping into the area. Couldn't quite get it lined up on her right foot to have a shot. Belize looking to counter. They haven't had an attack in a little while, and they need 2 goals over these final 20 minutes plus. On the foot of Josefine Reyes, who crossed it into the box, but that was handled by Antigua and Barbuda. Rewound by Belize. Good challenge. Neither side able to make quite the same impact in this second half that they did in the first with their attacking play. Well, this will be a throw for Belize. There's still time for them to create a late comeback here. They've not been able to carry quite the same threat in the second half that they did in the first. Neither have Antigua and Barbuda, but they haven't necessarily needed to at this point. It's still been Antigua and Barbuda creating the better moments and opportunities since the break, even though they're the ones with the 2-goal advantage. That's good play. That was well done by Canela Apollonio, but it's Antigua and Barbuda weaving their way on the counterattack, and that will probably be a card. It is. Free kick as well for Antigua and Barbuda. Card's going to be shown to Marcely Mar. Card hasn't officially been shown yet. It looked like the referee was going to as soon as Mar got up, but she hasn't yet. Now it's time for a cooling break anyhow, past the 70-minute mark. Doesn't look like the cooling break has officially been declared. Well, Karen Warner, we spoke in the first half about the logistical challenges that they faced putting this team together and being able to train together in the build-up to this tournament. They've persisted very well through that. Have a chance to reward themselves and their supporters with a win on home soil to wrap up this tournament. Now the yellow card is shown to Marcely Mar. Fimares Diaz to maintain order here. Maintain the proper protocol. It's Carmelia Hughes lobbing this free kick into the area, which is gathered up by Anaya Kokom. Last 15 minutes of this game. 4-2 Antigua and Barbuda. All the goals coming in the first half. That 3-goal onslaught from minutes 22 to 28. Giving Antigua and Barbuda a big foothold, which they have mostly been able to maintain since. Led 3-0, 4-1, now 4-2. There might be something on here for Belize, trying to grab a goal back, and boy, it was a chance for Kalidia Velasquez, who's already scored once today. Felt she needed to take it first time on the half volley. Straight at Amaya Hodge. It's the first time Velasquez has really gotten free in this second half. More space opening up here. Belize between the lines. It's played in. It's a good ball. It's Velasquez across the face, and it's skied over the bar, and it should have been 4-3. Shanley Smith. Can't believe she missed. Well, it was a terrific move. And Velasquez was in, and she faked a shoot. She squared it back unselfishly. It was begging for a finish, and unfortunately for Belize, Shanley Smith wasn't able to keep it under the crossbar. Loose ball in the box, hit toward goal, but losing her footing as she tried to take it was Velasquez. Starting to turn the ball over, Antigua and Barbuda, though. They're starting to live dangerously. There's still time left for Belize. We're looking for a free kick there, and now they get one. So 12 minutes to play. Still time for Belize to pull another goal back and make this a fascinating finish. They lift it toward that far post. It's an open header. It is another goal for Belize, and they are within one. And it's a second of the day for Kalidia Velasquez. And this game roars back to life. It's 4-3. Well, on a day where it's been so difficult to deliver quality service from set pieces because of this wind, this is a perfect dead ball. And it's such a well-taken header as well. Velasquez arriving at the perfect time, weighted ideally into her path, and she finished in deadly fashion. So she has a brace. Belize have 3. They still need 1 more to get something from this game. But from 3-0 and 4-1 down, they are right in it now as we head for the final minutes. Antigua and Barbuda trying to grab that back. Flag is up for offside. This play is over. Gabriel de Souza, who, along with a lot of these other Antigua and Barbuda players, have gotten a little quiet over the last 10 minutes. And their speed was so much for Belize to try to deal with in the first half, but I think some tired legs have started to take some of the sting out of that attack. And so time for some changes for Antigua and Barbuda. Thadia Brown's going to come on, and she'll replace one of the goal scorers, Ajana Martin. So that's their second change of the day. Wayne Casemiro and Belize still have 1 more substitution available to them. They had made 4 coming out of halftime. Oh, this ball almost in behind. It's going to be hoofed out. It'll be a throw. Well, we did say at the time, even when it was 3-0 and 4-1, that it didn't feel like Belize were out of this game. It seemed as though they would still create opportunities. It was whether they could take a couple of them, and now they have an opportunity to grab an unlikely point at least in these final stages. It's over the top, and it might fall here for a volley. The whistle is gone for a foul, and it was put just wide anyway. It was a flag up for offside, as it turned out. For a game with theoretically not much riding on it, at least in terms of who advances. It has had so much entertainment, and it might have another goal, and it probably should have been. It could have been the hat trick for Velasquez, and it could have been 4-4. She had to take it on the half volley. Watch as it loops up in the air and comes down off the ground. It's a high bounce. Oh, and you see it back. It wasn't a bad height. She just caught it underneath and lifted it more than she wanted. Oh, the pressure being applied by Belize now. Antigua and Barbuda trying to hold what they have. Finding it difficult. And that threat that they had on the break, especially out on the wings, has seemed to disappear over the last 15 minutes. That can be the problem, of course, or a problem at least, when so much of your threat comes down the flanks with your starters. Once those starters tire, some of that threat tends to go away, and Shanley Smith creating issues again with her physicality. Belize have this outside the 18. 7.5 minutes of the 90 remaining. That one did not take a deflection. It is a goal kick for Antigua and Barbuda. Josephine Reyes, I think, was hoping it would come off the defender. Some good movement of the ball from Antigua and Barbuda. Then it got stuck under the feet. They continue on, trying to restore a multi-goal cushion, and they had a player wide open on that left side. Couldn't find her with the ball. Antigua and Barbuda, though, trying to get back on the front foot. Long ball played. Should be simple for the goalkeeper, Amaya Hodge. Chooses to keep it in play. This beautiful, picturesque backdrop at the ABFA Technical Center here in Antigua. So badly want to take all 3 points in front of their home supporters, Antigua and Barbuda. They will have a throw by their corner flag. That squirted across the end line. That's going to be a corner. I think Belize, their goalkeeper, Anaya Cacombe, thought that came off an Antigua and Barbuda player. It did not. And so, set piece for Antigua and Barbuda. Comes to nothing for them as it skimmed off ahead and out. Now it's a goal kick. Belize will have a throw with 5 minutes to play out of the 90. They have trailed ever since the 22nd minute. Trailed 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, now 4-3. Free kick, Antigua and Barbuda. See Velasquez with 2 for Belize to get them back in it. They might need her to complete her hat trick in order to grab something from this game. Hoping they can see this one out, Antigua and Barbuda. Here comes the final change for Belize. Deborah Gordon, the 5th player off the bench for them today, replacing Josefine Reyes. So Gordon hoping maybe she could be the one to grab that equalizing goal in the closing stages of this game. Immediately trying to press was Gordon. Maybe she might win it back for a moment. Belize do have it back now. And they're able to connect forward with Channelie Smith, who rampages into the box, but again, her finish wasn't up to par with the rest of her movement to get into that spot. She's very difficult to defend, Channelie Smith. She's had a couple opportunities, though. Given away, Belize with it in the attacking third now, and Velasquez. You can't fault her for having a pop, but it has been a long game for her. 2 goals to her name, but clearly tired. 90 seconds of the 90 remain. Oh, and slicing between lines. Here come Belize. Shot from outside the area. Was that handball? It was. Free kick. It was just outside the box, so just a free kick. Still in a threatening position. A chance for Belize to make something happen in the final minute. Yeah, clear handball. Yellow card as well, unsurprisingly. A dictionary definition of handball. Kenya Perez looks like she's standing over it for Belize. 4 lined up in the wall for Antigua and Barbuda. Maya Hodge might have at least one more save to make if they're to take all 3 points on home soil today. Emily Hope also around it, along with Kenya Perez. She runs over it. Here is Perez. And Perez on goal, maybe. Might have been slicing wide, actually, by the time Amaya Hodge took it. We're into stoppage time. 4 minutes remaining in this one. 4 minutes left for Belize to grab an unlikely equalizing goal. And they'll have another free kick. This one a bit further out. Very central once again. Perez was the one fouled this time. Wayne Casemiro trying to help his side rally in these final minutes. Kalidia Velasquez looks like she's lining this up. She's scored 2 so far. Velasquez slides it on the deck. Dealt with enough by Antigua and Barbuda, at least for now. Poked out wide and hunted down by Belize. Strong defending, though. Premier Hope taking off the ball. Took a big double deflection. And then a free kick for Antigua and Barbuda. And that's big for them. They're not quite there, but they're close. 4 goals in the first half. Look like they still may be enough. 2 minutes of the added 4 remaining. Antigua and Barbuda with Belize having to press up, have the chance to hit them on the counter. Lots of tired legs out there on either side. But it's Aricia Allen who's been in there the whole 90 minutes, of which there are only 90 seconds to play. Over the top. Now they got stretched, Antigua and Barbuda, and into the box comes Velasquez. Can she turn the corner? She cannot. Important last-ditch intervention to save Antigua and Barbuda for now. And now they win it back, and Gabrielle De Souza splitting the middle, and she's going to run through on goal. De Souza to wrap it up, and she does indeed. Her second of the day, the cartwheel to match, and a celebration on home soil for Antigua and Barbuda, who lead 5-3 in the final minute. She turned on the burners and accelerated away from everyone in blue and slammed it home to slam the door shut. Valiant comeback effort by Belize. Well, it will be Antigua and Barbuda to take the points in this Group A finale. Might be one more chance for Belize, but it's the goalkeeper, Amaya Hodge, to smother one more time. There's the final whistle. What a brilliant result for the young Bena girls. 5 goals on home soil, 3 points on home turf. They wrap up this group with an amazingly entertaining, end-to-end, breathless, fantastic victory over Belize. They took a 3-goal lead twice in the first half. They had to cling on late before the second of the day for Gabrielle de Souza settled it in the final minute of stoppage time. Fantastic entertainment. We thank both these sides for what they've treated us to over the last 90 minutes. It is finished here in Antigua. Antigua and Barbuda 5, Belize 3. Well, what a game to round out Group A here at the Concacaf U20 qualifiers here in Antigua. Antigua and Barbuda against Belize. Belize, the designated home team for this game, but of course playing on Antigua and Barbuda's pitch. And it was Antigua and Barbuda who grabbed the lead in the 22nd minute. It was a bit of a speculative effort from Ajana Martin, but it worked out as Belize missing the clearance and then missing the ball at the far post. And it was the opening goal, and it changed the whole field because Belize had arguably been the better team until then, but Antigua and Barbuda dominated over the next 15 minutes. They would add 2 more goals in the next 6. This wonderful run, an even better finish from Iricia Allen, made it 2-0 just a couple minutes after the opener. And then in the 28th minute, this ball squirted just across the line from a corner. It came off a defender last. It was an own goal. And the goal was given, and suddenly it was 3-0 Antigua and Barbuda. And although they fought well the rest of the game, Belize never totally recovered. They did pull one back on this fine finish from Calidia Velasquez, the first of her 2 goals today. It's a lovely dink over the goalkeeper, which is tough to do from close range like that, but she did it so well. And it was 3-1. But it was 4-1 shortly thereafter, and what a goal this was from Gabrielle de Souza. Look at this hit. She was headed away from goal. Her first touch took it away from her, and she didn't care. That is audacious, and it was spectacular, and it was 4-1. And the celebration was great as well. They had a couple chances to make it 5 as well, Antigua and Barbuda. They won a free kick there with some clever play, but right before halftime, it was another goal back for Belize. It was a good strike on frame from Betsy Perez, and it eluded the goalkeeper, and so it was 4-2 after the first 45 minutes. Now, the second half, a bit more tame by comparison, but there were still chances. And Belize, after a bit of a sleepy period, had some good opportunities to make it 4-3. This one forced a save from Amaya Hodge. The subsequent corner fell invitingly in the box and couldn't be guided on frame. Chances were there on the break, especially for Gabriel de Souza, who was chopped down there on the counter, and that would result in a yellow card. There were fewer opportunities on the counter in the second half for Antigua and Barbuda as they started to tire, but they would still have time for a telling one right at the very end. First, though, it would be 4-3. This chance was sent right at the goalkeeper by Lydia Velasquez. But you kept sensing there was still an opportunity for Belize to get back into it. They had another chance here as it was pulled back across the face, and with the goal mostly gaping, it was ballooned over the bar. But they would make it 4-3 in the 79th minute. It's a perfectly floated ball to the back post and a good finish with the head for Lydia Velasquez for her second of the day. And there were a couple chances late on. That right there for Velasquez, the best chance for 4-4. And then in the final minute of stoppage time, racing clear was de Souza, and she finished deftly. And 5-3, the final. Antigua and Barbuda, the historic victory in front of their home supporters here in Antigua. So congratulations to the young Bena girls, and thank you to Belize for their fight as well in such an entertaining game. Both contributed mightily to this one. The final standings in Group A, Antigua end in third place. Belize will take fourth. Guyana, of course, won the group earlier today with that dramatic victory, the upset over Haiti. Stay tuned, of course, 2 more games to come still to round out this tournament. 2 games that will determine the final 2 groups at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Dominican Republic and Panama, Canada and Trinidad and Tobago. Until then, for our entire great production crew, I'm Donnie Barnes once more saying good afternoon from Antigua and the ABFA Technical Center, where it finishes here, rather incredibly, Antigua and Barbuda 5, Belize 3.